All right, welcome back to another episode with myself, Luke. So I hope you had a fantastic day. It is the 30th of July. We're coming towards the end of another month. So where is Bitcoin going to go? Are we going to continue to have this pullback like we've been having over the past day? Or are we going to reverse up and retest that 70,000 US dollars? So in today's episode, I'm going to talk about Solana very briefly. We're going to look at the Bitcoin technicals as well. So stay tuned to the very end. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, subscribe, leave any comments in the section below, and a thumbs up is always good as well for the algorithm. So without further ado, let's jump into before we go into Solana, let's just look at the fear and greed index. So we're still sitting at 61% despite the pullback. What is it like on crypto bubbles? Let's check that out. For the day, everything is pretty much in the red, down, okay, not too bad, between 5 to 10%. So it's just another Tuesday, so nothing really to panic about. So we're going to jump into that in just a second. So with Solana, the first bit of news, because some of you have asked me to look at Solana, so I'm going to check out the current price, where I think Solana is going to go this bull run, and also a market cap calculator, just to keep in mind. If we do a 5 to 10x, then we need to also understand the market cap, the circulating supply, etc. So stay tuned for that. We're going to jump into that in just a second. So with this bit of news, so BlackRock has bad news for Solana. So basically, BlackRock's chief information officer, Samara Cohen, recently told Bloomberg that the financial giant had no plans to launch a Solana ETF in the near future. Doesn't mean that they're not going to do it. I believe that the next ETF will probably be for Solana. You've got other things like VeChain, Avalanche, etc. But I think Solana could be the next big player for an ETF. So this doesn't mean that they're not going to do it. It's just right now, in the near future. But maybe later on, towards the end of this, I don't know, bull run or into the next one, we could start seeing ETFs come flying out for the top 10, the top 20 coins. And I think Solana would be probably the first major player. So something quite interesting was that Solana surges past Ethereum in transaction fees, and this is quite huge because it outperformed Ethereum in transaction fees, and in a historic first, at the first time this has happened, Solana surpassed Ethereum in total weekly transaction fees during the week of July 22nd. So that was just last week. The network processed approximately 25 million in fees compared to Ethereum's 21 million, and Solana recorded its highly daily transaction fees in 3 months, reaching around 5.5 million. So it's true today. This morning, Solana price soars and it overtook BNB into 4th spot. But right now we're back in 5th spot with Solana. So in terms of market cap, we are back at 5th. And just this morning, we were sitting in 4th. I believe that Solana, this bull run, will easily go into the 3rd position, probably before the end of this year. So let me know where you think Solana is going to be towards the end of this bull run. And in terms of price, right now we are currently at $177. We do have some clear resistance here at the $200 mark, but I think if we clear that, then we're going to storm past that all-time high, and I can see us doing at least a 5x. So that would take us to around $900 to $1,000. Personally, I think that's being conservative. I can easily see $1,200 Solana, so a nice 6 to 7x, maybe even 2,000. But again, I want to be quite conservative with that price. I mean, doing a 5 to 7x would be fantastic. But we could easily do a 10x with Solana. So let me know if you agree with me. Just for your information, if Solana does a 5 to 6x and goes to $1,000, then basically the market cap would be around 464 billion. So where does that put us in terms of the price? Where would it be right now? So basically it would be sitting at in 2nd place, or just with Ethereum 2nd and 3rd place. Now of course, during the end of the bull run, Bitcoin will probably do a 3x, maybe up to 5x. Ethereum will do a 3 to 5x. So of course the market supplies on those two things will be a lot higher. BNB will do well, but I think Solana can easily go up to $500 billion this cycle, sitting in 3rd position. So a $1,000 Solana, Sol, is on the table. I think that's quite conservative. Let me know what you think. But if you're not really interested, if you think you've missed the boat with Solana and you want to put if you want to make more gains in like lower cap coins, then just check out the ecosystem of Solana, because when Sol has a 10x, if it has a 10x or even a 5x, then you can expect the ecosystem to pump even harder. So the lower the market cap, then of course the more money that goes into it, you're going to have bigger returns, more X's in the ecosystem. So you've got some big players in here. We've got Chainlink. We've got obviously Bonk's done 8,000% this year. The Graph is a really good AI project. Radium, I think, will do pretty well. But yeah, I mean, you just have to check it all out. But we've got some big players in here. I'm specifically looking at the AI and gaming in the Solana ecosystem, because when Sol does pump, like I've said many times, AI and gaming will be the narrative of the market. And if I can just find some of these gems in here, which I have done for a few of them, I've just mentioned a few, then yeah, it's going to be absolute fireworks in that ecosystem. So let me know where you think Sol is going. If you agree with me, $1,000. If you think that's too small for Sol, if you think it's going to go 2,000, 3,000, then let me know in the comments section below. So just finally jumping into the Bitcoin price, just to conclude this episode. Bitcoin right now is not looking particularly great. Nothing to panic about, of course. It's just another Tuesday in the world of crypto. We've had that rejection. When we were sitting at retesting 70k, we were like 5 or 6% away from the all-time high. Yeah, 5.5% away from the all-time high. So we're just so close to our all-time high, and we're sitting around, I think it's like 12% away right now, so it's not much. If we have a few days like we did back in February, I think it's February or March, at the end of February we had 3 days where we pumped, I think it was like $13,000. Yeah, it was 30, okay, bang on, 25%, where we pumped up 13,000 US dollars. So by the end of the week, we could see it. We could just see a reversal. We could even come down all the way down to 63k, get a bounce, and then things can happen so fast. So no need to panic if you're going to take anything away from this. I don't want to be a bearer of bad news, but we've got this M pattern forming, which is not good. So most likely we come down, we fill up this wick here, just here, and then yeah, we form that M, sadly. Hopefully we get a bounce off the $63,600 level. If not, the other bad news, unfortunately, the CME gaps usually get filled. We've filled this one here, we've filled the one here, and we've got this CME gap all the way down here, sitting at 58 to 61,000 US dollars. So 80%, 90% of the time, these CME gaps, they do get filled. So we could unfortunately come down here, but that allows us to buy Bitcoin at cheaper prices. And it's not the end of the world. Even if we come down back down to these levels of 54, 55,000, we're still in this nice clear trend. Let me just get rid of all this. I'm going to show you something before I leave. Get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, and get rid of this, and then go to the weekly. All right, so last week I mentioned this being like a megaphone pattern. I mean, you can look at it in terms of being a bull flag as well. We've got clear resistance here. I mean, it's absolutely perfect resistance, and we're getting rejected from it. So it's normal. It's nothing to be too concerned about, but we've got this channel, clear channel, and yeah, I mean, we could stay in this channel. We could come all the way back down to that $54,000 level in this bull flag, wipe out that CME gap, hopefully get that bounce off this level, and then come back and retest the resistance of this bull flag. But the longer this coils up, and I've mentioned this time and time again, it's going to be an absolute epic ride to the upside as soon as we pump past our old all-time high. And before you know it, we'll be sitting at 6 figures. So if you're not into Bitcoin at the moment, again, not financial advice, start asking yourselves why. Jump into Bitcoin. If we come a lot lower, you'll be buying Bitcoin at lower prices. So Again, nothing to panic about. Just keep DCAing. That's one of the best things. That's what I do. But not financial advice, of course. Not a financial advisor. You do as you wish, and just be safe if you're trading. If you're dollar cost averaging and investing, then that's probably the best thing. Boring, but the best thing. It works most of the time if you just DCA. So if you're trading this, just wait for the clear breakouts or the retest of the support all the way down here. But if you go to the lower time frames, it depends if you're doing day trading, scalp trading, or if you're doing swing long positions, whatever, swing short, then it's entirely up to you. But wait for clear breakouts. So we could be coming back down to these levels, but anyway, time will tell. So that's pretty much it for this episode. So let me know what you think to my price prediction for Solana. If you agree with my TA with Bitcoin, any questions, leave them in the comment section below. So thanks guys and girls for sticking to the very end, and I will see you with another video next time. Bye bye.